Okay, I'm making this little video for us. So this is mostly for people if you weren't in class on Tuesday, the 8th of September. And this is about this is a demonstration of how to fill in the Excel workbook. So the first thing, actually, we started on the modules page, and I scrolled down to our personality assessment resources module. And here's the Excel workbook. So click on that and it will open up in the Canvas page. So left click on this link where it says download 2009 16 types and IP Neo score reporting, name it end. And you can either save it to your hard drive or you can open it with Excel on the computer that you're using. And so it'll open up the spreadsheet and click down here on the left on the 16 types. And you've got 2 columns in yellow and 2 columns in orange. So you enter in the score. Oh, you got to click enable editing. So now I enabled editing, and I always, except for once, come up INFT. And then so that's the first of the two right here. And then in this column, column C, you put the percentages that your assessment gave you for whether you were one way or the other. Actually, you don't have to say percent, you just put the number in. Oh, that's frustrating. Don't put the percentage in. Although I suppose if you do, thinking versus feeling, I'm actually a little bit more moderate in feeling over thinking, but I'm more perceiving than judging. And on both of them I took, it was INFP. So now that I've entered new stuff, I'm going to tell it to save as, and I'm going to put it here in a folder, and it says copy of 2009, of 2009-07 16 types and IP Neo score reporting form. And what I'd like you to do is when you're clicking save as, you put your name, and it warms my heart if you put your last name first. So now we saved it with a new name, and that's good. And now we're going to click over down here at the left to the IP Neo scores. And I'm not going to, I haven't taken it, but one of the things that I'm going to be doing, one of the reasons that I'm asking you to fill it out in this format is that I want to be able to most easily get means and standard deviations for not just our class, but a larger sample. I had a spreadsheet with a couple of years worth of student data in it, and I lost that when I lost a flash drive last spring. So I've got some IP Neos that people took previously. So I'm going to enter this one person's scores, and this person, I don't know how they even did it, but on the main factor score for extroversion, they got 1. And then on the facet of friendliness, they got a 1. And gregariousness, they got a 1. And assertiveness, they got a 1. Activity level, they got an 84. And in terms of excitement seeking, they got a 1. And in terms of cheerfulness, they got a 1. I'm pretty sure this is the only time I've ever seen anybody get that many low scores in any of the factors, in that many of the facets of any of the factors, any of the years that I've had them turn it in. But that means that they just had to say, no, I'm never extroverted. I'm never friendly. I don't like other people at all. I'm not at all assertive. I move around a lot. I don't like excitement, and I'm never cheerful. I suppose that's possible, but as scores go, it's kind of unusual. And then on agreeableness, even though they say they're never cheerful, they got pretty close to the mean, 46. They got a 1 on trust. They got 82 on morality. They got a 17 on altruism. They got an 83 on cooperation, 66 on modesty, and 53 on sympathy. So maybe they're not as cranky as you would think from their extroversion. Okay, so now we're going to go down to the conscientiousness scores. And for conscientiousness, this individual got a high score on conscientiousness, 97 on the factor, and then 59 on self-efficacy, 92 on orderliness, 78 on dutifulness, 89 on achievement striving, 91 on self-discipline, and 98 on consciousness. Then on neuroticism, they scored a 96 on the overall factor score, and a 95 on anxiety, 73 on anger, 92 on depression, 99 on self-consciousness, 8 on immoderation, and 99 on vulnerability. So maybe that's why they don't like being around people, is that they feel other people might hurt their feelings. Then on the openness overall factor score, they got 32, a 1 on imagination, 50 on artistic interests, 73 on emotionality, 29 on adventurousness, 49 on intellect, and 89 on liberalism. And I'm just going to hit save again, even though I named it for me. I'm going to go back and change the name. Now it's saved, and so what I'd like you to do after that is go write me an email at johnsonw@lincolnu.edu and attach that and send that to me. A couple of people have done it already. I originally made the deadline this Friday at 5, but because a lot of people weren't there when I showed this on Tuesday and there was apparently some confusion, I'm going to move that deadline back to next Tuesday, the 15th of September, which is also going to be the deadline for your first post, even though it says it's due on September 17th. I'm going to want you to, pardon me, I'm going to want you to make your first response in this discussion by the end of class on Tuesday, next Tuesday, the 15th. And the same will be true for the deadline for submitting for sending me, for emailing me your Excel workbook with responses. Okay, I think that's enough for this. Talk to y'all more later.